What if I told you you could take really bad, poorly recorded audio like what you're hearing right now and make it sound like this with the help of a free online tool from Adobe that requires no downloads whatsoever? And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, to give you an idea of how I'm recording the audio that you're hearing right now, this is going directly into my Canon R5 internal microphone. I have my volume set almost too low on purpose. That way the audio sounds like absolute ass coming out into my video file. I was personally curious just how bad of an audio file that this Adobe software could fix, and I did some testing before even recording this video and was extremely impressed with what Adobe's doing. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, this software is currently free. Unfortunately, we don't know if this is going to remain free because it is currently in beta. So knowing Adobe, they may end up putting some kind of monthly fee type paywall on this at some point in the future once they get enough testing and move it further along. Now, one of the things I'm personally curious about, because I haven't tried it yet, was I know what the software can do with really bad audio coming from my camera like this. Now, what I don't know is what it will do with something like the audio from this Rode Wireless Go 2 that records internally. The audio from this doesn't sound bad already coming directly out of the microphone. So what I want to do is put this on, and for the rest of the video, I'm going to be using this microphone, but I'm going to upload the file also to Adobe and see what kind of corrections it does with this audio. Now, according to the Adobe Audio Enhancement website, what it's supposed to do is take an already existing audio file, either a WAV file or an MP3 file, and they claim that it will clean up some of the background noise, some of the echo. Now, I have to admit I was hesitant when I first saw it because as someone who does video and audio editing, I know how much work I put into making my audio sound good, or at least trying my best to make it sound good. And it's hard to believe that you can just upload a file to something and it will just sling on a bunch of enhancements and just make it sound good. And Adobe did it. The bad audio that's coming directly out of this camera, I personally don't think I could have ever cleaned it up to make it usable, good audio. But this Adobe software has been able to turn this into a fully usable audio file. Not only did it turn it into a usable file, it took away the echo, it added more bass to my voice, and gave it more of that broadcaster sound. And it also sounds like the microphone is in the correct placement to my mouth, which in this case, it's not. The camera is about 4.5 feet away from me, and we're in a room that doesn't have the best sound treatment. Now, if you're recording the way that I am right now, you will have to take your video file and separate the audio and the video in order to upload this file to Adobe to do the corrections, and then re-download it and sync them back together in whichever editing software you use. Now, if you're recording to something like a secondary device, this does make that much easier. Now, where I see this being the most useful is if you are someone who vlogs with your phone and you're not using like a very nice microphone, you're just kind of running and gunning and vlogging with your phone, this is going to help you make that audio sound so much better than what your phone audio is going to initially sound like. Where this is also going to be helpful is in those times that you may be using an external microphone, and do the one thing that all of us have done at some point, and that's forget to turn it on. Because I can tell you, there are times that I have forgot to turn my microphone on, and then the only audio I have is the audio directly out of my camera. And there's been multiple times where I've just had to scrap the entire video, go back and re-record it, because like I said earlier, there was no way I was going to be able to fix that audio. Now with these Adobe voice enhancement tools, you can salvage even extremely bad audio. Now, I don't need to go through a full list of how this can be useful. Anyone who does video and audio will already know how this can be useful. Now, me personally, this is something that I actually may be using more moving forward, even with using good microphones. I may take that file, run it through this process, and see how it comes out compared to what I'm doing in post myself. Because being able to shave 10 to 20 minutes off of my editing time would be a serious plus for my overall process. Now, I'm going to leave a link to this site down in my description. That way you guys can find it. If you already knew about this and you've used it and had good results, please let me know down in the comment section below. If you're using it for the first time, let me know how your audio comes out. What types of things are you getting from it? And let me know how it's going to be useful to you overall in your workflow. All right, guys, if you found this video helpful, please consider hitting that like button, as it's not only going to help the video, it's going to help the channel greatly. If you want to see more videos like this, consider hitting that subscribe button and maybe even that bell notification. That way you can get alerts when I put out a new video. And with that being said, Until next time.